Good morning, students. This is Malleshwari. In this session, we are going to discuss about the Kerberos. Okay. In this session, what is a Kerberos, why we need this, and then how the Kerberos going to work. So these things we are going to discuss in this session. Okay. First, what is the Kerberos meaning? So Greek mythology. Okay. In Greek mythology, Kerberos is a multi-headed dog which guards the entrance of the dog. So it's a Greek mythology. According to that one, so the Kerberos is a multi-threaded dog which guards the entrance of the heads. Okay, and then what is the technical meaning of this one? So the technically the Kerberos is an authentication protocol implemented on the project Antenna. Okay, so what is this technical meaning? It's an authentication protocol. Okay, so this Kerberos is an authentication protocol. Okay, so the Kerberos is a authentication protocol, and then it's a part of the Antenna. So, okay, it uses trusted third party authentication scheme. Okay, it acts as a third party for the authentication. Okay, assume that hosts are not trustworthy. Okay, and then it requires that each client proves its identity. Okay, whenever the user wants whenever the clients wants the services of the server, each time it has to prove its identity. Okay, does not so here in the sense, it does not require the user to enter the password every time. Okay, a service is requested. When the service is requested, it does not require to enter each time password. Okay, so this one. Okay, here the each user has a complete control of its workstation, but when the workstation cannot be trusted completely to its identity, the users to the network services. Okay, when it needed means like when the client need a services of the server, so every time the workstation cannot be trust completely to its identity to the users to provide the services. So that's why that time what happens, the Kerberos acts as a third party authenticator. Okay, third party authenticator. When the clients wants the services of the server, so that time the server is not ready to provide the services directly. So that time and middle the Kerberos acts as a third party authenticator. Okay, once the that third party authenticates the client, then only server provide the services to the client. Okay, so here the client as the Kerberos acts as a authenticator of the client, authenticator of the user. Okay, then it helps the user to prove its identity to the various services. Okay, what it do, it provides a identity to the various services. Whenever the client requests the services, that time it proves its identity. Okay, so there is a process, we'll see that one. Okay, it uses the symmetrical cryptographic algorithm. So for that one, it uses the symmetric cryptographic algorithm. So in the first only we said what's this Kerberos means, it's a multi-headed guard. So here what is that multi-headed guard in the technical terminology? So first one is authentication, authorization, and accounting. Okay, so here when the client requests the servers services, so that time what this Kerberos do means, it authenticates this user. Okay, confirm that the user who is requesting the services is a valid user of this network. Okay, so this is here not a person, it's like a network. Okay, a and the server. Okay, so what here it that Kerberos do means, it validate this user. Okay, so acts as a authentication services. Next, what it will do, it provides the authorization. Okay, it provides the authorization means granting the specific types of the services to the user based on their authentication. Okay, based on their authentication, it provides the authorization means provides the credentials for this client to access these services. Okay, next, and then what this Kerberos do means, it is acts as the accounting means it tracks the consumption of network resources. It track all the services, like how long this client access these services. It stores all the details. So it acts as the accounting services also. Okay, so this is a 3 heads for that Kerberos. Okay, now why this Kerberos? Okay, so why this Kerberos means authentication is a key feature in a multi-user environment. Okay, the multi-user environment, the authentication is very important, otherwise other person can access the server. So that's why, so sending the usernames and passwords over the network is not secure. Okay, so here the network service on the network, if the username and passwords are sending means there is a no security. So each time the password is sending on the network, there is a chance for the interruption, means other hackers will hack that one. So there is a problem. So the cannot trust the workstation to identify their user correctly and open distributed environment. It is a problem on the open distributed environment, that each time it cannot trust the client every time. Okay, so that's why, so what this Kerberos is providing the solution means building the elaborate authentication protocol at each server. Each server it is building the protocol. So according to the protocol only it provides the services. So now we are telling that this Kerberos has an authentication server. Okay, authentication server. Okay, this Kerberos contains three things. So that is a ticket granting ticket granting server, Kerberos database, and authentication server. Okay, so these things is in the Kerberos. So these things. So first, what is the authentication server? This authentication server is having all the users credential like username and password. So whenever the client want to get the services of the server, first he has to send a request to the authentication server. Okay, so then directly he can't contact with the server. So first that one, what he had to, he need a ticket. What is the ticket means? The ticket contains the username and password of the server. The details are not also available with the authentication server. The details are having with the TGT, ticket granting services. So he needs to first the client has to communicate with the server. So it cannot happen directly. So what it will do, it will send the request to the authentication server. Then it will check the user authentication, like whether he is a valid user or not. How means those details are saved in the Kerberos database. If he is a valid user, he will give the ticket. Okay, he will give the session key. So by this session key he will request to the TCT. Okay, so this one now we'll see in detail. So these are how does the Kerberos work and then what it contains. First, what is happening to request the services from the server. Okay, whenever the client is requesting service from the server, so the client goes through three authentication, these three phases. Okay, three phases has to go first. Okay, first phase, client requests a ticket from the Kerberos. Okay, client requests a ticket from the Kerberos, and Kerberos grants a ticket and a session key. Before that one, it has to communicate with the authentication. We'll see. And then after that, the ticket is issued requesting. These are the phases. Okay, ticket is used for requesting other tickets, various services. Okay, ticket convey the identity to the client, to the server, and the session key is used the conversation between the client and the server. Okay, and then the third one, the client uses the ticket for the first phase request from the ticket granting server for a specific service. The client presents a key to the server. So first we'll see this one. So now the client needs the services of this server. So what is doing? He is requesting to the authentication authority. Okay, authentication service which is available in the Kerberos. Okay, first he send a request to the authentication service, that is AES. Okay, so it's sent in the plain text message. Okay, and then in that what it contains, it that it's a request to he need a TGT service. Okay, so that time it will check that one and then it will give that one. Next, the client can communicate with the TGS. So what he will request to this TGS service, he requests a ticket. Why the ticket need means he wants to communicate with the server. So this that can be done by the TGS. TGS only granting the tickets to the clients. Now it will grant. So by using the ticket, he can send, okay, he can communicate with the server. So the services will be provided to the client. Now we'll see the in detail. Okay, more detailed look on the authentication server. So first, clients send a plain text request to the AES. First, clients send a plain text. Okay, A is there, server is there. This is Kerberos database. In this, authentication services is there, and then TCT is there. Okay, and then Kerberos database is there. First, A sends the request. Okay, A sends the plain text request to the AES asking for a ticket that it can issue, talk to the TCT. So like that. Okay, so in the ticket, in that request, what it is doing, login name and TGS name. So here there is no secrecy. So plain text only we are sending. Okay, since the request contains only well-known names, it does not need any sealed. Sealed means encrypted. Okay, it's a plain text only. Okay, this one. Next, what the authentication server will do here, what this AES will do, this AES finds the keys corresponding to the login name and the TGS name. So here the AES send the login name and the TCT name, no? So he finds the keys for that one. Okay, so this AES, and then AES creates a ticket. AES creates a ticket. So the ticket again contains the TCT's login credential, means username and password. Okay, so login name and password he will create. So AES creates a ticket. So in the tickets, what it is there, login name, TGS name, and client network address and session key. All these, okay, all four these values, AES creates a ticket. Okay, now what it will do, there is a secret information. There is, we here we have to provide the secrecy for this. So now why we are doing, we are sealing. Okay, we are sealing with the TGS secret key. Okay, along with all details. AES is what doing, it is sealing with all of four values with the TGS secret key. Okay, this. Next. Okay, now the authentication server responds. Now it created the ticket. Okay, after that what it will do, AES also creates the random session key for the client and the TGS. What it will do, so here A and AES and TCT is there. Already it said some information. Now what it will do, AES also creates the random session key. Always session key is used to communicate between the two parties. Now the session key is used to communicate, to establish a communication with A and TCT. Okay, it created the seal and then session key also created by the AES. AES also creates the random session key for the client and the TCT to use. Okay, now it created. Now the session key. Okay, now two things it created. Now first one is a ticket and the session key. Okay, already the ticket is sealed by the TGS secret key. That is over. Now the session key and the sealed ticket are sealed with the user. Okay, user secret key. Okay, user secret key. This entire thing, this already done by the AES. This is sealed by the TCT secret key. Now the session key created. This session key is used to establish a communication between the A and TGS. Okay, means a client and the TGS. Okay, now it's still sealed with the user's key. Okay, now this can be sent to the client. Okay, this entire thing can be sent to the client. Okay, this at the client side, what the client can do, he can open this message. Okay, he can open this message. Why? Because this information is sealed by using client key only, client secret key only. So he can open this one, but he can't open this one. To open this one, what he needs? He needs a TZT secret key, but it cannot share it. It only the TZT service can only open this one. So what we'll do? Just he can open this one. He can see this one. Okay. Next. Now client decrypts the message using the user's password as the secret key. This only. This one. Okay. By using his key, he can decrypt this one. Why? Because the AES is decrypted this one by using the client secret key only. So the client can decrypt this session key only. Okay, the client decrypts the message using the user's password and secret key. Okay, that's fine. Next, now the client has a session key. Okay, now the ticket also it is having, but it cannot be used to the, but it cannot use it to contact the TGS. So with this he cannot contact with the TGS. So that's why the client cannot see the inside ticket, since the client does not know the TGS secret key. Okay. Next, accessing the server. Okay, when the client wants to start using the server, the client must obtain the ticket. Okay, must obtain the ticket. So he got a ticket. Now he has the information what is sent by the authentication authority. In that, there is a no ticket to contact with the server. Just he has a ticket to contact with the TZT only. Now the client composes a request to the TGS. Okay, now what will happen whenever the client wants to communicate with the server? Okay, that time what it will do? He will send a request to the TGS. Why? Because the TGS services only provides the ticket to communicate with the different services. Authentication services, AS cannot provide any tickets. Only TZT only provide. So now what it will do? That client will send a request to the TZT service. Okay. The client composes a request to send the TZT with the sealed key and TZ key. Okay. Now, so this is doing the client. Client, what it will do? Client, okay, client composes this also. TGS ticket. Okay, already whatever the thing issued by the AS, that he is doing. Okay, and then the session key. Okay, this he is sealed with the TGS key. Okay, now sealed with the session key. So the session key, by using the session key, he is sealing well. The session key is known to the TGS. Now the TGS decrypts that message. Okay, TGS decrypt that message using its a secret key. Why? Because it's sealed with the TZT only. Inside the TGC session key is there. Okay, now the TGC decrypt the authenticator using the session key. The TGS checks to make sure that the login names and client address and the TGS server name all okay. Okay, now it is checking all the things. Now make sure that the authenticator is recent. It will check that also. It will whether he previously he requested for the same services or not. He will check everything in the database. Once everything checks out by the TGS, builds a ticket for the client requested the server. Okay, now the TGS is doing the main thing. It builds a ticket for the client requested the server. The ticket is sealed with the server key. Okay, now what it is doing? It okay. Once the service checkout, now what it is doing? TZT is okay. TZT, what it is? Ticket is sealed. TZT created a ticket. It is sealed with the server's secret key. Okay, server secret key. Now it creates a session key also. TZT is creating the one ticket and one session key. The ticket is sealed with the server's secret key and the session key is there. And the session key is sealed with the client secret key. Seals the entire message with the TGS session key and sends it to the client. Okay. Now, at the client side, what is happening? Now the client decrypts the TGS response. Okay, he sent the two things, no, ticket and the session key. No, here now what he's doing, he's decrypting. Why? Because he's sent by the client's this key only. So now it is decrypting the TCS response using the TCS session key. The client now has a session key for the use with the new server and a ticket to use with that server. Okay, ticket is there, session key is there. By using the session key, he can request the server. Okay, now the client can contact the new server by using the same format to access the TGS. Okay, this one. So like this, the client can send this one. Now we'll see the example. Okay, so this one. First, here is the client. He needs the services. First, he will send a request. Okay. So what he is requesting, he need a TCT service. So that for that one, he is sending a request to the authentication person. I am the user soup and need a ticket to get the tickets of TCT. So I need a ticket to get this one, and he need a more tickets, no? So that he is requesting. Next, what this authentication do? Here is a TCT. Here is a TCT. TCT means TCT username. Okay, ticket granting username is giving. Here is a TCT. If you can encrypt this response with your password. Okay, like that. Okay, decrypting this decrypting message. This message you can decrypt by using your key, like that. He's sending. Next. Okay, next, here is now what he's doing, he is communicating with the TCT. How means, here is my TCT. Okay, here is my TCT, give me the service ticket, give me the service ticket, like that he is doing. Now what this TCT will do, here is your service ticket, he will send a response. Okay, next, what this client will do, by using that service ticket, he will send this one, here is my service ticket, authenticate me. Okay, authenticate me. Next, the server, what it will do, it will authenticate the user and then it will provide the services within the timestamp only. In each time it is mentioning the time, within that time only it can provide the services. Okay,